Hello, welcome to this talk on the great 20th century astrologer Dane Rudhyar. Rudhyar is widely regarded as the father of modern astrology. In this talk we'll explore one of his most important contributions to our understanding of astrology. Mystics and physicists teach that existence is a single undivided unity, yet we experience existence as a multiplicity of distinct phenomena. Rudhyar embraces both perspectives. He suggests that existence is shaped by the combined expression of two polar opposite principles, the principle of multiplicity and the principle of unity. Existence is arranged into discrete systems of organized activity, or wholes. Each whole is a multiplicity of constituent parts functioning as a unified system. In other words, each whole is a product of the combined expression of the principles of multiplicity and unity. The organized activity that characterizes a whole always consists of one or more cycles. In a whole such as an atom, a solar system, or a galaxy, this activity consists of orbital cycles. In a biological whole, such as a cell, a plant, an animal, or a colony, this activity consists of biochemical and behavioral cycles. Since a whole is a discrete entity in its own right, it can function as a constituent part of a larger whole, and existence is arranged into what Rudhyar referred to as a holoky of wholes within wholes within wholes. A colony is an organized group of animals, an animal is an organized group of cells, and a cell is an organized group of smaller components. Similarly, humanity is a more or less organized group of nation-states. Each nation-state is an organized group of communities, and each community is an organized group of individuals, with many of those individuals existing within organized family units. As astrologers, we're very interested in wholes. We study the synchronous relationship between changes in the arrangement of the constituent parts of a celestial whole and changes in the way the constituent functional parts of a terrestrial whole work together. Rudhyar understood that cyclicity is a fundamental feature of existence. He saw reality as the cyclic interplay of the principles of multiplicity and unity. He realized that when a celestial cycle unfolds in synchrony with a cycle of change in the functioning of terrestrial wholes, what is unfolding is a movement of emphasis back and forth between multiplicity and unity. Rudhyar referred to this cycle as the cycle of being. This graph represents one unfoldment of the cycle of being. The points at which the curve crosses the horizontal line represent the points of equilibrium, where the two principles are balanced. The points at which the curve changes direction represent the poles, where the strength of one principle peaks. The points of equilibrium divide the cycle into distinct hemicycles, one during which multiplicity is emphasized, and one during which unity is emphasized. The poles also divide the cycle into distinct hemicycles, one during which emphasis on multiplicity is increasing, and one during which emphasis on unity is increasing. Together, these points divide the cycle into distinct quarters. Throughout the first quarter, the principle of multiplicity is dominant and becoming stronger. Throughout the second quarter, the principle of multiplicity is dominant but becoming weaker. Throughout the third quarter, the principle of unity is dominant and becoming stronger. And throughout the fourth quarter, the principle of unity is dominant but becoming weaker. This graph shows the zodiacal cycle as a cycle of being. The points of equilibrium are the first points of Aries and Libra. Emphasis on multiplicity peaks at the first point of Cancer, and emphasis on unity peaks at the first point of Capricorn. This way of looking at the zodiacal cycle, which Rudhyar discusses in depth in his book The Pulse of Life, explains why the first 6 zodiacal signs are traditionally referred to as the personal or individual signs, and the last 6 signs are referred to as the social or collective signs. Now let's look at the themes that arise as the cycle of being unfolds in the individual's psyche. I'll be describing these themes partly from my own viewpoint. I'll leave information below the video on where you can find some of Rudhyar's work on this subject. The first hemicycle is concerned with blossoming as a unique individual and acting as a vehicle for the manifestation of potentiality. Such potentiality may become manifest by influencing the formation of, for example, behavior and character traits, attitudes and viewpoints, skills and capacities, works of art, tangible objects, groups and businesses, and relationships and families. The second hemicycle is concerned with blossoming as a collective participant and engaging with others in ways that develop and spread the consciousness that was generated through the activity of the first hemicycle. During the first half of each of these hemicycles, the dominant principle continues to grow stronger, and the expression of that principle is relatively uncompromised by its polar opposite. During the second half of each of these hemicycles, the dominant principle is giving way to its polar opposite, and the principles are expressed in a more integrated manner. During the first quarter, the principle of multiplicity is relatively uncompromised by the principle of unity. The individual is relatively free to generate forms on impulse and to attribute significance to those forms in a subjective manner. During the second quarter, the principle of multiplicity remains dominant, but the principle of unity becomes stronger. There is awareness that individual phenomena coexist as part of an orderly matrix, and that in order to generate truly worthwhile forms, the laws and requirements of this matrix must be honoured. During the third quarter, the principle of unity is relatively uncompromised by the principle of multiplicity. This is conducive to prolific community building and the cultivation of symbols and shared understanding with which to cement the community. During the fourth quarter, the principle of unity remains dominant, but the principle of multiplicity becomes stronger. The personal viewpoint of the individual now has renewed significance, and a more fulfilling sense of connectedness to the greater whole is sought. This is achieved by relinquishing those social values and allegiances that are now seen to be getting in the way of true fulfillment. The individual may try to persuade society as a whole to follow suit, feeling that such change would release unrealized potential within the whole, and also make it easier for members of the society to find a deeper sense of fulfillment. Finally, let's consider the hemicycles that begin and end at the poles. The hemicycle during which the principle of multiplicity is becoming stronger is concerned with diversification and thus the importance of the individual's unique viewpoint. During the fourth quarter, throughout which the principle of unity is dominant, diversification is facilitated by the tendency to question one's existing values and allegiances. During the first quarter, throughout which the principle of multiplicity is dominant, diversification is facilitated by obliviousness to, or a tendency to rebel against, limits and constraints. The hemicycle during which the principle of unity is becoming stronger is concerned with organisation and thus the importance of the individual's attunement to consensus reality. During the second quarter, throughout which the principle of multiplicity is dominant, organisation is facilitated by pragmatic understanding of how seemingly distinct phenomena coexist. During the third quarter, throughout which the principle of unity is dominant, organisation is facilitated by abstract understanding of universal principles. The topics covered in this series of videos are discussed in greater depth in this book. In the next video, we'll look at how we can build on Rudhyar's insight to account for the way meaning changes from one stage of a celestial cycle to the next, where the cycle is divided into smaller stages, such as signs or houses, or even single-degree increments. Use the subscribe and notification buttons to be told when further videos are uploaded, and please share this video if you think others may find it useful.